Welcome to the Instant Wrestling Report, alongside Quad, Robert, and yes, Alberto Del Ryan. And we will be coming back to that very, very soon. Trust me. Okay, the first match now, we're going to do a 2011 WWE Royal Rumble review. Just got off the air. We're going to start out with the first match, a little bit kind of interesting one where they started out with the World Heavyweight Championship match for SmackDown. They had champion the Radar Superstar Edge versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's first match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and pretty good match there. What do you say about that, Ryan?
Like I said, I thought it was a trial, and I think Dolph did a really good job. I think he impressed in the ring. I think he looked great. Vicky still gave a lot of heat with it, and there was a random Vicky got involved, and Kelly came out for some reason and did some random beatdown, jumped on her and just destroyed her like she stole her diamond ring or something. It was ridiculous. I don't really know what the point of that was, but there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of interesting stuff, and I would say I really didn't think it was going to go as long as it did, but it went about 22 minutes or so, and ironically the ref was out and Vicky was down, Edge hit the spear, and then Justin has something to say about that finish.
Yes, Edge not being able to hit the spear, hit the kill switch, otherwise known as the unprettier. And yes, that would be why I'm wearing this shirt. Can we finally get to it? I hopefully think we can, and we'll get there. But Edge getting the win, we gave it a solid 4 stars. We're going on to now the WWE Championship match. We had the champion, The Miz, going up against Randy Orton. Another solid back and forth match, and Robert, we're going to cover that one.
Even though I hate The Miz, and I love Randy Orton, it's his destiny to win. The Miz did win this and to retain. The first part of the match was just a squash by Randy like everybody thought it would be. Miz brought it back in the middle a little bit. Riley attacks Randy on the outside. They get back in the ring, back and forth. Nexus appears. Everybody was like, why is Nexus out here? And then when Randy was looking at Nexus, CM Punk was underneath the ring, jumps in the ring, smiling, hits a GTS on Randy Orton, and Miz for the pin.
Yeah, possibly setting up that. We gave that match a 3.5. Pretty solid back and forth. Kind of carried on a little bit there. We'll give it a 3.5 for that one. Miz retaining the WWE Championship. Moving on to the third match now. The Real just won outside of the Rumble. Last one here, kind of bring it down after all the big title matches. But we had the originally scheduled was champion Natalya versus both McCool in a handicap match for the Divas title. They both come out, end up where the Raw GM gets another email, and Cole says that they're going to make it a 4-way now. And they bring out, which is kind of random at the time, which was Eve. And I think Eric's going to cover this one.
The match was okay. It was about 8 minutes long. Really can't do a whole long match with the women's, because they're women. Yeah. And
can't really do a long match.
We're losing viewers as we speak.
There we go.
I love you.
He doesn't speak for all of us.
Yeah, there we go.
Love women.
Just because it was a good match. Eve won it. It would have been nice to see someone who actually knows what they're doing.
It was kind of random, yeah.
Like put Gail Kim in there or Beth Phoenix, just one of those two. But it was an okay match. We gave it what
two stars. 2 stars. Can't really do too much with the women's match in WWE these days.
But
moving on now to the main event. Definitely the main event. The 40-man Royal Rumble now changed to 40-man, adding 10 for the first time ever. Coming out, we had the first entrant ended up being CM Punk. Loved it. I absolutely loved how they started this. Brought the core out, they brought the Nexus out. It was kind of this whole entire huge, just everybody going at it. They had, they ended up having the GM come out and GM have the announcement and say that they all need to leave. And then we had our second entrant, which we all absolutely loved.
Yes.
And I think Ryan would have, Ryan, we all love this part where they brought out Daniel Bryan.
Bryan Danielson from Ring of Honor.
There you go. From Ring of Honor. That's such a Ring of Honor feel, and we all love that. I know that's for sure.
CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, one-on-one in WWE ring for about 1.5 minutes. It was old school Ring of Honor, vintage for both of them. They should have just done that for the whole night.
It was great because they both came out and they both looked at each other and both started
smiling.
They knew
it was something.
Yeah. And you probably wasn't that many people in that crowd that really knew what they were doing. But WWE's so smart with those little tidbits they throw in there for those internet fans, those fans of like we are of the independent wrestling scene when it comes to Ring of Honor, just that classic CM Punk, Bryan Danielson kind of thing. Not Daniel Bryan, but absolutely great. Moving on, we had more entrances come out. Had a great athletic move that was John Morrison that was amazing. Jumping to the outside, holding onto the barricade, jumping back to the steps, and I just thought that was absolutely cool. And then we, to cover our first surprise entrant, we had Booker five-time champion come out as Classic Booker, not King Booker. And I think we're all there. Everybody was really pumped about this, including people in Boston.
It was a pop like nobody's ever seen before. I mean, nobody else got a pop like this. He comes out, vintage Booker, the spinneroonie, the scissors kick, everything that Booker did back in the 90s, he did.
Oh, yeah.
With a tremendous pop from everybody.
He got thrown out by Batista.
Batista, Mason Ryan. Yes.
Nexus member.
Yeah, we had this interesting part where this whole entire time when the new Nexus and CM Punk were dominating the Rumble, had maybe like 5 or 6 guys that just threw out. Punk was kind of looking like, the little cowardly thing, he just kind of does that little thing, which is so great how Punk does it. And all the Nexus usually come out and just throw out everybody. And then it ended up to where John Cena came out. Big, huge pop for that, obviously, with Cena coming out.
Booker T-Pop was bigger.
Yeah, in my opinion, in our opinion, it literally seemed like it was, but it was a pretty big surprise there. Ended up having to where they faced off with Punk and Cena, and then they had Hornswoggle come out. Little random there, but it was a lot of funny parts in there, which I think we thought was really entertaining.
Hornswoggle mocked everybody who was at Cena, Kofi Kingston. Yeah. He did all their moves.
Yeah.
He did
the FU, or the attitude adjustment, which I think, Ryan, what'd you call it? Ryan?
I called it the height adjustment.
The height adjustment.
And then he kept copying off Punk with the...
Yeah, he kept checking his watch. Was it clobbering time?
And then he laid on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, like classic Shawn Michaels.
And when Punk was beating on R-Truth, he's standing on the ropes going, "What's up?" to R-Truth.
Yes, absolutely.
Good stuff.
Ends up where CM Punk gets eliminated. Gets eliminated by, I think, who did he get eliminated by?
Cena.
Was it John Cena?
After 40 minutes in the Rumble.
After 40 minutes in the Rumble, got eliminated by John Cena. A little bit kind of weird how they did that, but that could also go with setting up something there, but could set up something, could not. Never know. Another interesting was Dolph Ziggler came out. Not really used to seeing in the last couple years of the Royal Rumble, having individuals that wrestled in the Royal Rumble prior of the night come out into the Royal Rumble. Little interesting there. Maybe hinted at would Randy come out after losing his title match, which he ended up coming out another. But now I'm going to go to Robert because I think he might be really happy to explain this part with the second surprise coming out.
The second surprise was at number 32. Big Daddy Cool Diesel returned as Diesel, not Kevin Nash, not Vinny Vegas, but Diesel.
Vinny Vegas. With
the black hair, everything. He actually dominated a little bit.
And he got a huge pop as well and got a chance throughout the entire time he was there. Only in there for about 5 minutes. But
even when he got eliminated, he was getting a chance.
Still getting Diesel chance. And it was really interesting to me to see him come out as Diesel. Not as Kevin Nash, but see him come out as Diesel. I thought that was really, really well done. But hopefully we won't have to see too much of him because it is Kevin Nash.
And Wade Barrett ended up eliminating him.
Yeah,
so
Wade
maybe
Barrett. That was pretty big.
They might be setting something up. Could be.
Never know. Next we had Alex Riley come out. I don't really know if he was listed on there. We heard Mrs. Music and we were like, what? That doesn't really make any sense. But he got eliminated pretty quickly. And then also going back to the Dolph Ziggler point, they brought Randy Orton out, and which we kind of predicted once. I think we did. Whenever Dolph Ziggler came out, we can almost think
that we knew Randy was coming out.
Loser of the WWE title was probably going to be coming out there. And then also right after that, he looked like he was going to be a heavy favorite, kind of going in there. Obviously, when Randy comes out with the 39th pick, and then going to the 40th pick, we were all excited to see if there was going to be a major surprise. Would it be a Christian? Would it be a Triple H? Would it be an Undertaker? One of those big names. And it ends up being Kane. There you go.
Bust.
What we're so used to is seeing with Kane. Exactly.
Now back to the Diesel for a minute. When Diesel got eliminated and Big Show was coming out, there was a little stare-off at the top of when he would walk backstage. Maybe they do something at Mania between Big Show and Diesel. Maybe they don't.
Let's hope not.
Let's pray to God.
Let's hope not at all.
Let's pray to God we do not have to see
Diesel's back, though.
That would be a snoozer.
Well, it comes down to where ended up being the final four? Ended up being, what was it?
Wade
Barrett, Orton, and Del Rio. A lot of names being thrown around there, definitely, for sure. You had the young guys with Barrett and Del Rio. You had the established guys with Cena, Orton. I think it ended up, who got eliminated out of that first? Was it?
Miz got...
Miz eliminated Very big moment there. John Cena going out to the outside. Miz coming in, and
Alex Riley distracted Cena for this to happen.
For Miz to come out and throw John Cena out of the Royal Rumble, which is my favorite Miz moment now. I might actually become a Miz fan just for that.
I still hate him, though.
Yeah.
Which means they're setting up probably Miz versus Cena.
Miz versus Cena probably.
People don't want to see that, but it could be interesting.
Probably going to be for the WWE title yet again, putting another young face with that established name. Coming down, it came down to
Barrett, Del Rio,
and Randy. I think Barrett got eliminated first, and then it came down to Randy and Del Rio. And in one of the biggest moments in Royal Rumble history for sure, a young, new face getting the win over established.
But wait
for it. We forget about Santino Marella coming out in the middle, kind of being hidden, rolls under the ring, comes up in one of the funniest moments we've ever seen, rocking up the Cobra with his super serious face. Dex Del Rio starts the trumpet, the trombone, whatever the crap you want to call it, I don't care. Goes to throw Del Rio out. Del Rio wins the first and then wins again. Almost wins it twice. Alberto Del Rio, the winner of the 2011 Royal Rumble.
Told you so.
For a month now.
Told you so.
Albert Del Ryan has told us.
And he's gone. That's all that matters. Alberto Del Ryan is out of the building. Okay. That will wrap up the 2011 Royal Rumble review. Great Royal Rumble. And thank you for joining us for yet another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report. For Alberto Del Ryan, who's out of here. Doesn't matter. He's moving on to WrestleMania. He's got bigger, better things to worry about. For Robert, for Quad, I'm your host, J-Man. Thank you for watching the Instant Wrestling Report. Your source for professional wrestling news, information, and opinions, instantly.